Are you dreaming big enough? I want you to dream big and act bigger. You see, I want to have power. I want to be empowered. Suddenly, being empowered is a more positive word, because I want to make sure that I know my own values, my boundaries. I know what I want to achieve in life. Visible and invisible barriers are only a problem if you accept them as such. So a woman with a big dream also needs to have a plan, because without a plan, that dream is just a wish.
I love her confidence, I love her charisma, and her positivity and her brightness and her color and her lessons about life. You know, as a woman who's been through so much, it was really inspiring and really interesting.
I had 4 kids in 2 years. I wanted to be a businesswoman. I had no money. I had to think, how is this dream going to happen? If you actually start believing if something's important to you, just back yourself. Back yourself despite what other people say. Successful people are not held back by what other people say.
I would recommend that for everybody, because everybody should have a dream and everybody should back themselves. So I think she's awesome.
Even when it feels like everything's not going to work, they go, you know what? I'm going to make sure that this does work. I'm going to be positive despite, because it brings energy, it brings opportunity. And as soon as you actually get half glass empty, your vision will start failing. I encourage you to start making your dreams a reality in business and in life. Thank you. Hello and welcome to those of you who are just tuning in to our Mindset Magic Summit. We are so thrilled that you are here. I hope you're taking advantage of going to Women's Biz Global and making sure you pick up a free trial. Come and join us in the tribe. Come and meet the amazing speakers that we have had on this summit, and you are going to meet another one right now. Her name is Amber Annette, and we are going to be talking all things just being in the flow, knowing your true self. How do you actually be present, be powerful, be confident in your giftings, and actually just rise above? So while we're talking about mindset here, wouldn't it be amazing if you didn't even actually have to talk about, I hope my mindset is right on this? It just is. So a little bit about Amber Annette. She's best known for blending her gifts of psychic mediumship with her business acumen to help purpose-driven women in business, which is us, right? Who desire mind, business, spirit alignment. So she actually came into these psychic medium gifts quite a while ago after the birth of her son, and then we are going to talk about how her deeper calling now, tapping into those abilities, has really been able to just transform her life and those that she works with. So welcome to our summit, Amber.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much. I always get truth bumps when people give give that bio. Every single time. It never changes. I love being introduced. I love hearing my own story back. Like that's when you know it's juicy, right? Thanks for having me.
It is such a pleasure, and it is so juicy because this is the great thing about these summits. We really get to tap into so many different amazing women from around the globe who are just fascinating in their journey, fascinating in their experience, and just so rich with what they can provide to us with just gems of wisdom, their insights into how they do life and how it positively impacts them and those that surround them. So I would love you to share today on, how do you actually, I know you're sort of known for just saying, when you have your inner knowing, you have power, right?
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
Yeah. I mean, I think, we hear intuition, following your intuition. And as much as I love, that word and I love intuition, I think sometimes women can get a little bit confused on, am I following my intuition or am I hearing this? And so inner knowing just gives a different vibration. It gives a different frequency to what it might actually feel like for you to follow your intuition. Um, for me, when I have my inner knowing, I am unwavering. I feel solid. I feel connected. I feel clear. I feel ignited. I feel passion. And that inner knowing is a calling that you can't ignore, right? Like everybody probably can think of an example or a time in their life, you know, I, and if you can't, like, this is important, I think, is like, we need to, as women, know our no, KNOW, know our no, our NO. Because when you have that, it helps you make such powerful and sound decisions to move forward. And when we're talking about mindset, typically, if you're in a mindset space where you're overthinking, you're doubting, I call it like howing, you're not in a place of being connected to your inner knowing. You're in a place of listening to your mind, maybe past beliefs, could be negative thoughts that are keeping you from really being in your gift and being in a space of grace. So it has been my pleasure, my honor, it is my purpose to help women find and follow their inner knowing. So,
Oh, I love that. Know your no. I write that down, everybody. Know
yeah,
your no. Know what you know who you are not. And then
yeah,
therefore bring out who you truly are. Now, I love the words and the passion that you shared with that. That brings you, that's right, energy, passion, confidence, all these
yeah,
great things. But there'll be many people listening in going, yeah, but that also brings me doubt. How do I truly know? How do I get to that stage that I actually know myself so I back myself in those moments that I do waver, that I don't know my no? I don't
yeah,
know who I truly am. Talk through
yeah.
a little bit about that to help those listening in.
So I think one of the biggest things for me is that when I am fully present and I'm in the moment, right? It is impossible for your mind to get in the way. It's impossible for it to shove any of its doubts, any of its hesitations, any of its pauses in. It's impossible for it to get there because you're present and when you are fully present is when you are fully in your power. And so I make it a point to try to pull myself as present as possible when I'm with my clients, when I'm with my family, when I'm with my friends. What are the ways that you can really truly be present in the moment and enjoy it? Because that's all we got. I mean, we really just have this present moment. And I think sometimes, like we see people like, they're sitting, they're scrolling on their cell phone, or, they're paying attention to this while somebody else is talking. And so my invitation to everybody is, how can you just get really fully present in the moment, and enjoy every single, like, just soak it up. Because when you do that, you'll find you're happy, you're enlightened. It's a level of enlightenment. And when you're at that level, the mind cannot interfere. And even if the things you're thinking aren't negative, it's still, it can still cause some clutter to your clarity. It really does. So I think it's finding ways to pull yourself more present and enjoy more of the in the moment. And, I can't help it. Like, no matter what, whenever I'm talking about stuff like this, I want to connect it to business, right? And I really, if all of the women that are listening are business owners, and I want you to see that when you take the time to get fully present for yourself, right? Maybe it's a morning ritual, like I call it coffee with the universe. When I have coffee with the universe, I'm fully present. I'm looking out at the lake. I'm drinking my coffee and maybe doing a little bit of journaling. And what happens for me is I get a brilliant, I'm sure you'll know what I'm talking about. Like, I'll get what I call a divine download, right? I'll get a new expansive idea that the universe is giving to me to go take intentional action on, which will create something inside of my life and inside of my business, whether it's a new client, it's cash, it's whatever it might be. Okay. But unfortunately, what a lot of the times we do is we sit and we stir on the to-do list, the I shoulds, the should list, the have to do list, the to-do list, well, I did have that idea that one time, or I tried doing that before, so maybe I'll try to do that again. And what I really want everybody to recognize is that is your mind, and that is your mindset. It's your mindset on what it's done before. It's your mindset on what it's tried before. And your mind is always going to try to keep you safe. It's always going to try to keep you from taking leaps. It's always going to try to keep you from going to that next level. And not out of like, I get a little agitated when people are like, it's the self-sabotage. It's not that it's self-sabotage. It's that your mind is trying to keep you safe. Because going and experiencing something new, going after, trying to take action on a new idea, that is something you've never done before. And anything unknown to your mind feels unsafe. So that's where, like, being present, you don't have to deal with those limiting beliefs and that current mindset. It just can shift and change everything. You can see immediate results. You can have, you'll know. I tell people all this, all the time. People are like, I need a sign. I need a sign. The only sign you need is the emotion that you're feeling right now. And when you're fully present, you'll feel it and you'll know it's right. That's where that inner knowing also gets activated. So the two just rendezvous so beautiful together.
Oh, I love the way you've explained that. That has been so crystal clear. And it is that way. People go, I want to, it does come down to safety. It's like, it's your body is trying to keep you safe because it's tried and tested. And even if it wasn't a good outcome for you, it knows it, right? So your mind knows what you've done before. So you go, well, I feel safe. I didn't die. It must be okay. Yeah. And if I keep concentrating and trying to do it the hard way, I will obviously improve. Whereas what we're actually talking about today is actually going, once you release yourself from the fact that your mind was set or has been set in a certain way, to actually then just release it to go what could be. I think that actually has exposed. We go and say, why wouldn't you want to do that? Why wouldn't you want to just be in the present, be in the flow, see what comes to you? Because others will go, because it's unsafe, because it's scary, because it's unknown. Yeah. No, because what am I going to do if I suddenly get this new vision? Like I did this the other week in my business. I actually had a dream of this amazing poetry book for women, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I dreamt up the cover, I dreamt up the thingo, and then I just came in the morning, I did it. By the afternoon, I had a cover, and I've already started advertising, and people are going, oh my God, like how could you do that? like, don't you want to think about it a bit? You're not known for poetry.
No.
You don't do that. Do you know what I mean? You've just become a publisher. Shouldn't you just do what you did before? So for my mind, that sounded like, oh, wow, you're very stressy. Why would you be so worried? But I understand them. And I'd love you to share more, because this is your area of expertise, that if that's you, if you're sitting there listening going, oh my God, yeah, that's it, I wouldn't do something so impulsive. How does Annie know that it could work? What if it didn't work? Would she be okay with that? What does that actually mean in my example?
So I have a couple of things I want to touch on here. Number one, if my clients, I say this to them all the time. I think there was probably I talk about, I always use this, like, it's my EIO, which is my experience, my intuition, and my opinion. So when I give you, I'm always like, I'm about to give you my EIO. It's those three things, right? And when I hear people use the mantra, like, I see this a lot out there, which is like, it's safe for me to blank, insert whatever it is. It's safe for me to go take action on this. It's safe for me to blah, 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 right? I really feel like putting the words, it's safe for me to, in front of anything is not serving you. And I know that might be very controversial to a lot of like spiritual leaders and teachers, and like they can like just thrive on mantras like that. But I tell my clients, and I want everybody that's listening to embody this also, it's brave of you. It is courageous of you to go do something new. It is brave of you to expand. It is courageous of you to have a transformation in your life and in your business. It is not for the faint of heart. And the women, I'm sure, that are listening to this and are a part of this summit, like, I want you to go do the brave thing. Brave doesn't have to be scary. When people are like, oh, I want to do this, but I'm so scared. Are you really scared, or are you excited? Because if you got present enough with the emotion, you're going to find that you're excited, you're ignited, you're feeling the calling, but your mind is what is associating fear with it. If it is a fear-based thought, it is coming from your mind. It is not coming from your inner knowing. Your inner knowing will never tell you something that scares you or intimidates you. It's going to tell you something that's going to give you a transformation and an expansion. And that's what we are here to do. Right now, we are in a pivotal moment of people stepping into their purpose. And when you do that, it is impossible to get it wrong. It is impossible to mess up. So it is brave of you to go be in business and share your gifts with the world. It's not safe, because the truth of it is, it's not safe. And when I use that language, like, obviously I'm never telling somebody like, go put yourself in a dangerous situation, right? But it is not a safe thing to wear your heart and your soul out there for the world to see, and to put your heart and soul into packages and programs and services, and ask people to work with you and make invitations and put offers and create brands. Like, it's not safe. It is brave and it is courageous.
If something brings you immediate excitement, right? That like, oh my gosh, this could be really cool. You tap into that. Why did my energy go up, my heart rate go up, my speech get more rapid? Why did all these things happen? Because I immediately activated something. I ignited something in my inner self that would give me joy. It was a deep connection. So therefore I go, well, that must be
Can I ask you a question?
Yep. Sure.
Did it give you safety?
No. No.
There's
It
nothing
didn't make me safe, because I went, oh my gosh. But because of where I am now, I go, here's another crazy Annie idea. I'm going to go and put out a poetry book, right? So it felt really unsafe. It felt really illogical. It felt a bit of a jump from what I probably should be doing. But because I've kind of where I'm at now, I go, yeah, that's not safe. But then I go and I emotionally change the focus of, well, what does that safety or discomfort mean? It means an opportunity for me to learn all about poetry. It means an opportunity for me to meet a whole lot of new women who are poets. It means that I'm going to get to make some fun creative cover. It means that I'm going to be I'm on a journey to become less uncomfortable when people make those comments about me. So 10 or 20 years ago, I'd go, if someone said, you can't do that, I go, I know, I was just having a dream, right?
Yeah.
Kill my dream. And I accepted it. Whereas now I go, it's not safe, but I can, because what's the worst thing that'll happen? No one will apply for my book, or I'll just write my book myself, or it might not be the best book on the planet, but it's still a part of my journey. Like, who's to say if one person got it and it was meant for them? It's really interesting what we interpret by safety.
Yeah. So I want to talk about two things. Number one is ideas, right? Like, it might not be the best book in the world, but it might be the best book in the world to you. And that's all that really matters, right? Ideas equal energy. Ideas equal income. Everything that you see anywhere on this planet, it came from an idea. So what I've also learned about ideas, and what I just heard you say, is you have to be able to radically unattach to what's going to happen from that idea. And that's what you're doing. You just have to trust and believe that the universe sent you that divine download. It sent you that idea for a reason, for you to bring it to the world. Now, where we start messing up the idea and the magic of it is when the mindset gets in the way and says, well, it's going to say this one word to you and it's going to mess everything up. And it's when this is the word, how. That one word can destroy an idea. It can destroy it. And everything I just heard you say had nothing to do with how and everything to do with why. Everything to do with why. The energy behind it, the excitement about it, the curiosity, the playfulness. Like, that's what we want. We want more of that. But the mind then gets in the way and says, yes, but how? How are you going to monetize that? How do you possibly have time? How when that's not your niche? How when that's not this? The mind loves to throw the how card out there to keep your soul and yourself safe. And again, we don't do safe anymore. We do what's brave. And what's brave is to bring your new and expansive ideas to the world. The other thing that I heard you say was security. And if there's anything that anybody takes away from this moment with me here, it's that the security that you're looking for and the safety that you're looking for, you're only ever going to be able to have it from one place, and that's from within. Security comes from within. It comes from knowing yourself. It comes from knowing your gifts, your talents, your abilities. It comes from having the most solid inner knowing and being as present as you possibly can for yourself. And when you do that, you are going to be the most secure, the most solid, and actually the safest that you could ever possibly be in your life. Truth bomb.
So true. It's just trusting yourself. It's trusting that you are enough. It's getting to a place that you go, I'm tapping into this power that I actually have. And I know you're strong on that. You've already got everything you need. You know, this view that, oh, well, I got excited and then I ask everyone else to then give me all their opinion. And then I actually for some reason, I think that's more important than my inner desire, all those things that, you know, the universe just gives you. You know, I have a strong view on that because I was a bit traumatized throughout my career, you know, trying to become a CEO and then everyone's saying, but you can't, or the how. I love that. Well, how are you going to do that when you've got 5 kids? How are you going to do that when you don't have enough money to do this course? How's that going to work? And then even the way they say the how, one, they're looking for concrete known steps, but they're also saying it with a tone like, well, how's that going to happen? As in a negative, right? So it's a negative tone. And that's it. I love what you shared before, that you don't need to know all that. I don't need to know all the, well, how am I going to do every step? What I do need to do is believe that if you know, I got given a vision for something, or I'm passionate about something, that I lean into it, and then I just the how will become you know, known to me.
It reveals itself.
That journey. And actually, isn't that just the best part, Amber, of sometimes I go, I don't actually want to know. I'm a bit like this, different with my husband. He loves to know when you go on a holiday. He likes to preview everything and know where everything is. And he wants me to come and watch the YouTube clips. And I'm like, I don't want to know. I just want to turn up and I want to have a fresh experience, because as soon as I predetermine it, it's then fixing me on I'm got to go to here and here and here. Whereas, so obviously I'm a very creative force.
Yeah.
You know, other people, but what is there? There's safety and security of going, oh, but I know the key things. I'm not going to miss anything. Everyone else has said this is right. But I'll get a package, but I don't get anything extra. I don't get the amazing. I don't get the unknown. I don't get the hidden gem.
So it's even before the idea for me, right? I think about, let's use money as an example. Like maybe you have set a goal for yourself, or you want to, let's say you want to manifest, let's just use $1 million, right? You want to do $1 million in your business in 2023. And so as soon as you set that intention, as soon as you have what I call like an energetic expectation around that, the universe is going to start to respond. And it responds not just by giving you cash, right? It doesn't just show up with like the money right away. Like maybe there might be some unattached checks that come in the mail. Notice how I didn't say unexpected. I said unattached. So there's a key word there. But you have set this expectation of what you desire, of what that dream is, of what you want to manifest and create. And as soon as you do that, you will start to get ideas. And ideas are an instant manifestation of what you want to manifest, because the idea equals the income. When you take that idea, you take intentional action on it, you move forward with it, it is going to result in part of what you wanted to manifest, manifesting. So that's why it's the idea is coming to you most likely because you wanted to manifest something, and that's the way that the universe sees as the best, the most aligned, the highest path, the easiest way for it to manifest is through that idea. Now, here's the thing that I don't think a lot of people talk about when it comes to ideas. For me, sometimes just the idea alone is enough to change my mind that is set. Okay. So, how many of you have ever had just like, oh my gosh, that's such a great idea? And you start playing with it and you start dreaming it and you start like mapping it out and mind mapping, and like gel pens are flying and post-it notes are everywhere. And like you're just like in awe of this idea. Guess what you're not doing in those moments? You're not overthinking. You're not doubting. You're not howling. You're just in the energy of an expansive idea. And that there is a lot of power in, because it's putting you in this like green light energy for the universe to run towards you with everything that you want.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant. I hope everyone really, really focused in on that point from Amber. It is actually just being in that moment and just having fun with it. I think, once you're in that sort of space, it's fun, it's creative, it's playful, it's exciting, it's energetic. And why wouldn't positive energy, for those of you who haven't explored this concept much before, why wouldn't it want to attract, right? And it just feels like you're sailing, and that's what we're wanting to do. Our goal is to be in that flow, that confident state that we go, you know what, I'm going to just go with that, because, and my recent example that I gave you about this dream, why did it happen? Why was I probably dreaming? Because I'm thinking, what great creative things can Women's Biz do next year? Where do I want to really evolve? And, somewhere in my deep subconscious suddenly comes out, this is a great idea. And I get a choice that day to either go, oh, that was a bit of a random dream, gone, or let's play with this and see where it goes and see what the energy is. And all of a sudden, that's right, I posted the picture and all these people suddenly going, oh my God, Annie, I love that picture. And oh my goodness, I know someone. And then you go, well, who am I to say? Do I have all the details? No. But who am I to say that it wouldn't be absolutely amazing? I love that. Take the idea to the intentional action. Be intentional without the safety net, without the deep thinking, without the looking backwards. Then start manifesting what that means. And I agree with you, Amber. That's when you then go, these things are very easy to monetize. because you get the perfect energy, the connection with your personal self, your personal brand, your professional brand. In the world of business, you've then just gone and you're just delving into your sweet spot for yourself in all realms, right?
Absolutely.
And you end up going, I just had a great day. It's just excitement, and it builds more and more.
Yeah, it's the momentum of it.
Yeah. So
momentum creates manifestations.
Momentum creates manifestation. It sure does. So what do you have, just to finish up now, for our those people attending this summit? What tips, tricks, gifts, what can you give them that they can actually go, you know what, I want to implement something today. I want to take one of these gems that Amber has said and went, I'm gonna really just have a different view on safety and security and my fixed mindset of where it's been, and I'm going to make one positive step that's going to just shift me into this new space.
I actually have a free workshop that I'm giving to everybody called Manifesting with the Universe. It's where I take people through my signature process of connecting them to vision, values, and purpose. And when you have those three that rendezvous together, your manifestations happen almost instantly. And it's a really powerful process. It comes with a beautiful workbook. It's magic. It's mindset magic.
It's mindset magic. Exactly. And so where are they going to find that? Are they going to find that at amberannette.com?
Yes. Yes. I'm like, and yes. I'm trying to think of like
everyone always worries about selling, and I go, that's okay, I promote for you. Exactly. I want you to reach out. I want you to check out amberannette.com. I want you to tap in. Here's a free gift for you, right? Like, don't say no to a gift either. So many go, oh, I don't know. Just like, seriously, can it hurt you? No. Will it just excite you?
I'll make sure, like, I think I have time here. I'll do amberannette.com/mindset magic. I'll just make sure my team can take that and run with that.
Yes, I absolutely love it. Make it special and unique just for us.
Yes.
And I will put all of that in our feed for those of you who are, watching. You're on YouTube, you're on Facebook, you're on LinkedIn, on all of our lives. I want you to be putting your questions. If you haven't already put a question in the chat, I want you to do that now, because Amber, straight after this, she'll be there to answer any of those questions, help you on your way. Start tapping into those questions that have just popped into your mind, going, well, how are these ladies just so confident? How do they make it so easy? That's what I want you to ask. I want you to ask us those questions. Okay, tell me more. Tell us your situation. Tell us your scenario. Come along to Amber's free training for sure. And you can connect with us through Women's Biz Tribe as well. So the great thing about all the women sharing on this summit is that everyone is just so easy to find, to connect with. It's a era of women supporting women, women elevating women, women helping women just get that core inner confidence and love. A lot of this conversation, which, oh my goodness, I'm going to have you on my podcast, because I just want to talk.
Yes, I would love to.
Going to have to just rebook. So those watch this space in 2023, everybody. We're going to have a whole lot of our summit speakers come back on memoirs of successful women, because I'm just loving them so much. But that's right. A lot of what we're talking about does come back down to that self-love, because for you to make this step today, I'm going to close with this. For you to make this step and listening to what Amber's been saying, you actually have to believe that you're worthy. You have to believe that you are worth this step. And a lot of that comes to the way you see yourself, and therefore the value that you're putting on other people's opinions and so forth. So I know this is a very deep issue, but I really want you to go, today, I'm going to believe that I am worthy. Today, I'm going to believe that, I could make this next step, and just see where it goes, and take all the pressures off. You can't fail. You can just make one step that is seriously going to change your life. I'm very confident about that. So thank you so much for sharing.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Thank you.
It's been such a joy having you on our summit. Hello and welcome. My name is Annie Gibbins, founder and CEO of Women's Biz Global. As a woman, a career executive, and mum of 5, I know that becoming successful in a modern day society, it can be extremely difficult and challenging. The requirements of career and business success are often overwhelming, especially when you have competing priorities like family. But that does not mean that you can't be extraordinary. At Women's Biz Global, our goal is to educate, motivate, and elevate women so that they can have the freedom to live a life they love. It doesn't matter what your current status or position is. Your empowered future starts now. Whether you're a startup or a scale-up, or you're juggling business, life, career, family, everything, we will teach you how to dominate in your niche area without the stress and overwhelm that comes from wasting time and money and energy. We will equip you to achieve success, balance, and happiness on your terms. We invite you to join Women's Biz Tribe. Start by attending Women's Biz events and enjoy the benefit of interacting with like-minded women from around the globe who are choosing to unapologetically play a bigger game. Women's Biz Coaching offers a variety of programs that may suit your needs. We have boot camps and webinars, online structured programs and incubators. They're all designed to help grow your personal and professional brand, confidence, and support framework. Women's Biz Media will help you discover extraordinary women via our podcast, Memoirs of Successful Women, and reach 12 million potential readers via Women's Biz Magazine. Women's Biz Publishing will take all the pain away from getting your voice and message out into the world. Your brand value will literally skyrocket overnight. And if you would prefer to access our consulting services, I will personally ensure high value solutions are provided to meet your specific needs, to time, to budget, and all with a beaming smile. Finally, get to know our affiliate partners and learn how you might like to become one yourself. Women's Biz Global is the support network that will fast track your journey to success. So what are you waiting for? Be unapologetically you. Women's Biz Global, helping women succeed in business and life.